Hey everyone, we're The Violet Reality. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia.
And it's April the 21st, 2017. The day that we have all been dreading has finally arrived. And that means that is officially 1 year, one entire year since Prince passed away and left us. And it's a very difficult time for all of us. It's been a very difficult year for all of us. One thing that we do want to say about the last year is that we found it really phenomenal how the entire fan community has bonded together and grown together and shared the grief but supported each other through it. Everybody has been so wonderful in supporting everyone else through our shared grief, and it has been a truly amazing thing and truly the definition of what Prince meant when he said love for one another and when he said that we were family rather than fans. So although it's very difficult, many of us are trying our hardest to celebrate his life rather than mourn his death on this day.
Because that's what it would have wanted.
So many people are at the celebration right now. Big shout out to all of you at the celebration. Sorry that we couldn't be there with you.
Send us pictures and things, and we'll talk about it in our This Week in Prince for this week. But yeah, so much love to all of you at the celebration, and think of us when you're there.
Yeah, so we decided to lighten the mood a little bit by bringing you this special video, and it's a very fun one that we've been planning for a while, and we're happy that we can bring it to you on this day. And it is called 101 Reasons Why We Love and Miss Prince.
Yes.
So let's go.
He was ridiculously funky. He could sing his ass off. He was one hell of a dancer. He played all the instruments. He played all of the instruments ridiculously well.
He produced all of his own music. He was an incredible songwriter. He was beautiful. He was funny as hell. He put Minneapolis on the map.
He was a proud black man who fought injustice. He made the greatest rock and roll movie of all time. He had the greatest fashion sense. He wore eyeliner like a boss. He gave us the comic genius of Morris Day and the legendary band at the time.
He had the most iconic bands, from the Revolution to the New Power Generation to Third Eye Girl. He always championed women in music. He had a #1 hit that contained no bass line. He invented his own instrument. He tore up all the legends at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when he was playing on While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
He gave us Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. He turned down record deals when he was a teenager because they wouldn't let him produce his own music. He looked after the artists who inspired him, like George Clinton and Chaka Khan. He wrote a song about incest and it wasn't weird. Well, okay, it was kind of weird. Parental advisory stickers exist because of Prince.
He pioneered the use of drum machines in pop and soul music. His vocal range is absolutely insane and one of the largest of any artist. His B-sides are better than most people's singles. He has claimed an entire colour for eternity. He released over 40 albums, and they're all fantastic.
He dated like a ton of beautiful women. His shows were never the same twice. His after shows were just as legendary as his main shows. He kept ticket prices low so that people could actually afford to go see him. He pioneered selling music online in the 90s.
He used to chat to fans on AOL. The first song he learned to play was the Batman theme song. How cool is that? He had all kinds of crazy and awesome pseudonyms like Camille, Tora Tora, Jamie Starr, the list goes on. He signed some fantastic acts to his label Paisley Park like Maserati, The Family, and Tony Leman. He rocked a different haircut almost every year for his entire career.
He has thousands of unreleased songs and projects in his vault. He has almost every kind of merchandise that you can think of, from candles to incense to comic books to perfume. He pulled the Black Album when it was literally on its way to stores and it became the most bootlegged album of all time. Sometimes his movies made no sense, like Graffiti Bridge, but we love them anyway, and I love that one the most. At the height of his commercial success, he decided to make a psychedelic rock album followed by a black and white art house movie set in France about a gigolo who falls in love called Christopher Tracy.
He pretended that he had nothing to do with albums he produced like The Time and Vanity 6, even though you could hear his voice on them and the song sounded exactly like it. He claimed that sometimes he would deliberately leave the best songs he'd recorded off the albums for no apparent reason. He was incredibly charitable, donated millions upon millions of dollars to different philanthropic causes. He still holds the record for the most sold out dates in one concert venue, the 21 Nights in London in 2007. I was there. He made his own video game in the 90s for Windows and Mac called Interactive, where you could wander around a CGI Paisley Park.
Sometimes he would drop a completely unreleased song in the middle of a huge arena performance and all of the hardcore fans would go completely nuts. He released 3 CD sets like Emancipation, where all 3 discs were great. Who else could possibly do that? He managed to write a song that is about the end of the world, but yet is also a dance floor jamming party starter. He gave his proteges awesome names like Apollonia, Anna Fantastic, Vanity, and Carmen Electra. He kicked Kim Kardashian off stage for not dancing.
He gave Nicole Richie her first dog and called it God. He was a huge role model in showing men that it's perfectly fine to accept your feminine side. He empowered women in general, in all walks of life. He always rocked the heels, and he could dance in them. He was the king, or more like the prince, of Instagram. I mean, Prince-tagram.
He gave us the greatest Super Bowl performance of all time, and no arguments are possible here. When it was raining during his Super Bowl performance, Prince asked for even more rain, and there were purple lights, so he had actual purple rain during that performance. He went on tweeting sprees that could last for hours and hours on end, chatting and joking with all of his fans. He wore stockings on stage when he was just starting out as an artist, and that is just awesome. He sparked a lot of controversy by appearing entirely nude on his album cover for Love Sexy.
He created an alter ego named Camille by pitch shifting his voice up on songs, and then made a whole album with that voice. He pioneered so many new ways of distributing music. If you want to learn more about that, check out one of our earliest videos on this channel called Prince vs. Music Distribution. He gave one of the most iconic acoustic performances ever on MTV in the middle of a special that he did called The Art of Musicology. If you haven't seen it, you need to. After years of fighting his label Warner Brothers on behalf of artists and ownership everywhere, Prince won and he regained the masters to his In the 90s, he changed his name to the unpronounceable love symbol. Who else could get away with doing that?
He opened up his home, Paisley Park, to the fans countless times. He would give amazing shows at Paisley Park, which he would sometimes only announce on the day where they would actually take place on. He adopted a cat that used to walk around at Paisley Park and called her Paisley. During his fight with Warner Brothers, he walked around with the word slave written across his cheek to prove his point. He made songs that touched on social issues like Sign of the Times, SST, and Baltimore.
He showed his support for both art and the Black Lives Matter movement by giving that iconic quote at the Grammys, like books and Black Lives, albums still matter. He had his iconic guitar that was shaped like a cloud in multiple colours. And he had a guitar shaped like his very own love symbol. He even had an entire stage built in the shape of the symbol. His photo with Vanity on the cover of Rolling Stone is one of the most iconic Rolling Stone covers ever.
He wrote a lot of amazing songs for other artists, both inside and outside of his own career. He sang about women in a sexual way, but he never ever degraded them. He was super cute, like his own song, Super Cute, says. He did an awesome MTV VMA performance in 1991, featuring his infamous assless pants. You know, the yellow jumpsuit with the assless pants.
He supported his local sports teams. He was a huge Minnesota Vikings fan, and when the WNBA Minnesota Lynx team won the championships, he threw a private party for them at Paisley Park. Unlike most rock stars, Prince was often seen cycling around his own neighborhood. After developing a bit of a crush on legendary keyboard player Patrice Rushen, he wrote the song I Want to Be Your Lover for her, and then kept it for himself. Years later, Patrice Rushen would even join Prince's band. Very briefly, she can be seen in the 1989 Electric Chair performance on Saturday Night Live. After turning down Michael Jackson's offer to duet on the song Bad, Prince offered Michael the song Wouldn't You Love to Love Me, which was actually one of the earliest known songs that Prince had written, all the way back in the mid-70s.
He sometimes wore t-shirts with his own face on it, and he could get away with that just because he's Prince. He recognized great art by great artists and would sometimes use their art on his album covers, like on the album covers for Hit and Run Phase 1 and 2. There's a Prince song for every mood, occasion, or season. There's never an excuse to not listen to his music. He often took his fans out to go and see a movie after his Paisley Park shows. He loved animals. He even owned 2 doves called Divinity and Majesty.
When Purple Rain came out, Prince at one point had the #1 movie, the #1 album, and the #1 single all at the same time. Not even Madonna or Michael Jackson did that. There was a promotional item for the single Scandalous, which was a jar of honey. Now, you tell me what you think that was supposed to be used for. At one point, there were even Prince branded condoms called Purple Raincoats. Prince used Apple products before they were cool. Check out Graffiti Bridge, where he's using a Mac SE in 1990. He always smelled good, and I can confirm that because I met him. 101.
Because he's Prince. Yes, we love him so much, guys, and we hope you enjoyed this little video of us telling you why we love him so much. And I'm sure you can think of even more reasons why we love Prince and why you love Prince. Maybe you have personal reasons as well.
Yeah, add all your reasons in the comments.
Yes.
And thank you for watching this video with A Violet Reality. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Kim Camellia.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share on YouTube. And always have love for Prince.
Yes. And we wish you all the strength in the world if you're actually watching this video on the 21st of April. And we love you so much. And just know that you can always come to us and talk to us, or even give us a call. Or we're always available to talk to you if you want to share your Prince moments with us, or if you just want to, share that you're feeling sad. Because after a year, we still feel the same as we did last year after he passed away.
That's right. All right, guys. Catch you next time.
We love you so much, Prince. Thank you. This one was for you.